was a fun time. We were all really young, and really neat things were happening in conservation in those days.
It has been exciting to think back to our early hardscrabble days, scrambling around for any pennies, and now be able to do really large-scale, meaningful land transactions.
In 1994, a group of friends and volunteers got together in Morgantown, West Virginia to talk about land conservation. They realized that land protection had lagged behind other parts of the United States, and they wanted to talk about how they might make a difference. So they established a land protection group known as the Appalachian Conservancy. And as projects began to develop, they realized that here alone in West Virginia, there was plenty of work to be done. So in '97, 3 years later, they renamed the organization the West Virginia Land Trust.
It all started right here at the Elizabeth Woods Tract 25 years ago. You can imagine Steve Hollenhorst and Elizabeth Zimmerman sitting down together over a cup of coffee at Elizabeth's kitchen table and talking about what they could do for conservation in the area. Ultimately, Elizabeth donated her property to the Land Trust, and that was our first parcel. And it has since grown into a 320-acre preserve, which we're calling the Tom's Run Preserve, and look forward to having people out here as soon as possible.
I joined the organization, I think, just shortly after or around the time that Mrs. Zimmerman donated her property in Monongalia County. And I think what's significant about it is, first of all, that someone believed in our mission and was willing to take a chance with us. And the second part is that we've been able to deliver on that chance that Mrs. Zimmerman took with us. I'm very proud of that.
So what we're now calling the Tom's Run Nature Preserve, 320 acres, has outstanding natural resources. The recreational aspect goes without saying. We're building trails here, and we'll ultimately have 8 or 10 miles of hiking trails. We've protected the streams on the property, and we're doing some restoration there. We're in the zone of critical concern for the Morgantown water supply. There's a National Science Foundation research project, multi-million-dollar, multi-year, 5-year project that's looking at the effects of drought on the forest. We've got a beautiful cascade on Tom's Run that's easily accessible, and there's the Mon River Rail Trail, which is from Morgantown south, about 8 miles, and you're here within an hour on a bike, and you can go for a hike.
Making conservation real isn't something that just happens. It takes a lot of dedication, and today, even though we seem to have come full circle, we recognize that there are a lot of land trust heroes who contributed to getting us here. We've had great board members, great staff members, donors, granting agencies, legal support, and a variety of other capacities that have brought us to the point where we're able to look at a piece of land and decide how it might really serve a community for the future.
So I love to think about where this organization has gone over the years, and I'm really actually proud to have been part of that whole thing. We went from just this ragtag group of volunteers 25 years ago to today. There's a staff of 8 or 10 people. It's a professional organization. It's accredited with LTA. That's an amazing achievement, and it really means that the organization, I think, can do great things in the future. You need that kind of professionalism. You need that kind of financial support to really make this kind of work happen on a landscape scale.
There is a lot that land protection can do to support our communities, so that we can all place land protection as a key part of West Virginia's sustainable future.